welcome back to PyAHA. In the last episode, we learned how to use group by to group rows and calculate aggregate values like count and average. But what if we want to filter those group results? Yeah, that's where the having clause comes in. Today we will understand having in a simple way. Okay, so as a refresher, I would like to talk about group by. Okay, just we talk about yesterday. What's group by? It's like an organizer. Okay, it's an organizer in the SQL world. Imagine if you have a messy buckets of marbles and you want to know how many of them are in each color or a same color. Okay, so here what the action is. You tell the SQL to use group by the color. So it group colors like red, green, orange, so on. So it swipes all the red into one pile, the blues into another, and the greens into a third, such a way. And here we also use math, like you then count the tool like count our query to get a single number for each file. So there are a lot of files of red, green, blue, all that. So we need to count it. So we will get each color with how many of them in each file. Okay. So instead of 1,000 individual rows, you get a clean shortlisted of totals. That's how our group by really works. Also, it has a row that is while we are using a column with select, we need to place the column name inside the group by or with an aggregate function. Okay, that's how the group by works. Or you will result in an error. Okay, so that's what our group by is. Now we are moving to our code. Okay, first of all, we change our location. Here, my location is this, and we need to call our DuckDB and our database name. Okay, now our DuckDB is live. So let's begin with select star from our cliche query. Select star from students. Students is table name. We select star because it select the whole rows and columns. Yeah, we get all the rows and columns from our database. So now let's use our group by a basic group by example. Okay, so here let's group select star. Let's give the city column name comma count with star and s total students. Okay, now we after counting the city, we place the answer in total students column name. Okay, so now we changed our column name to total students. From we also add from because we don't know. It's just incomplete query. So we need to add from where we select these things from the students table. Then we group by city. So this groups students by city and counts how many students are in each city. So now we only want cities that have more than two students. Even though we don't have two students in each city, we need to know how the having really works. So how do you filter this group results? Okay, there were we are introducing our having, which is used to filter the grouped results. Okay, we know were, which is also a filter, but it filters rows before grouping. But when in case of having filters after grouping, that's very important. Okay, so you need to remember it. Let's do a query based on that. Select star from count, we do everything, and where we need to add our workloads. We add our word. Here we need to provide age is greater than 21. Okay, run. So we provide the word before group by, and after it filters the age, the next thing comes. That's our group by city. Because of that, we got Mumbai and Delhi. Okay. And what if we add having? Okay. We add having after the group by. Having, count, star greater than 2. Okay. So here you can also see that we just placed having count greater than 2. We are not giving the column name here. So what happened to this query? First, we group by city. That's our first thing we need to do. Then we use our having count that's greater than 2. This means it only shows cities where the number of students is greater than 2. Okay, it's done. Let our results speak. Now, we can see that there is no rows because there is no students resides in any city twice, or there is no number of students are in same cities. Okay, so because our results is 0 rows. Here you need to know the important difference between were and having. So were works before group by, having works after group by. Okay, like we see here, we provide having after group by and we gave were before group by. Now let's do both together. Select, we are selecting city and comma, add count with star as total students. So we named it. Afterwards, we provide from, from where we take it from students, table name. After that, we provide the A where, and we need a condition age is greater than 20. And we are giving group by city. Now we are also giving having count. This is greater than 1. So what happened here? We get 0. Okay. First were filter students older than 20. Then group by groups those students by city. So first what happened? It filters the students older than 20. So the older than 20 is these students, 3 of them. After that, it provide 3 of them in like this. So 3 may be shown like this way. And after that, we provided the query having, where the having grouped the results. Okay, so having grouped it by the city having more than one student. So there is no city having the students count is more than one. So we got 0 rows. So in step-by-step flow, were filters rows and group by groups rows, having filters grouped results. This is a very important execution order. And many beginners make mistakes inside this. Okay, so let's put our having before or in the place of were. Okay, let's do that. What if we place having here, having count, sorry, count and group by city. Yeah, as we expected like this, because we got an error, right? That's why we said we need to place having before group by. So because having must always comes after group by, or we will get this error. Now the correct order is first select, then from, where, group by, having, ordered by. That's how we do. I will repeat it again. Like first we need to always put select first. Afterwards we place from, select, then we use from, then will, then group by, then having. At the end, we will place ordered by. Okay. So as a recap, having filters group results, were filters rows before grouping, and using having when working with aggregate functions is best. Okay. We need to use having with aggregate functions. So in the next episode, we will continue building our SQL skills and move forward to more advanced grouping techniques. If this video helped you, subscribe to PyA Hub and continue the SQL roadmap. We will do everything. We will keep this base and we'll follow the path. Okay. So take care. Bye.